turns it over on their second possession.
We'll see Okoje just how he plays, too. He was pretty solid in that American Championship game. Just needs to run the team. Doesn't need to do anything too flashy.
Here's Haggerty, the third best scorer in the country. Look at that space there from Morton. Penetrates, trying to spin off of Danger. Good luck with that. Danger gets him. Here's Haggerty on the move. Transition points here for Memphis. He's not getting double teamed there. The kick out. Haggerty with the miss. Chase down to Okoje. Shot clock resets to 20. Haggerty's having some problems. Jourdain with the big offensive rebound gets it into Haggerty's hands. The pump fake and smooth on the baseline.
Normally you get Danger on that left block. Give an opportunity to make a play for himself or a teammate.
I like this. Haggerty clear out right there, just making. And at times, Kai Evans has been too hard on himself, but he's shown up here today and he showed out.
He's only a sophomore. Haggerty pulls from mid-range. Big shot. And here's your game summary. Man, the second half has been owned by Colorado State, outscoring Memphis 33-18. Haggerty spinning off of the contact for two. Evans with 11 points this half, 23 points in the game. Shot clock not in play. Haggerty.
Haggerty denying for the ball. Nice back cut by Haggerty.
Offensive rebound, Danger lost it on the way up. Regathers. And a beautiful look and a dunk down to P.J. Haggerty.
AK out there hustling guys like a Billy Hoyle. We going sizzling. Probably a little bit better vertical than Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, maybe.
Good buckets though, too.
Yeah, right common. Here's Haggerty, 42 points 2 games ago. And that is a beautiful
work as well. We've seen him be so nimble, good hands, good passer. And he likes this matchup right here. I think he can get a lot of damage done no matter where he is on the court.
Gives it up to Haggerty. Guarded by Vasquez. And right over the top. About 100 minutes. Working on Danger. And tried to reverse. Haggerty trying to push it for Memphis. Into the front court. Into the paint. Off balance. In! Wanted the whisk.
More curling around off the screen. Ball side.
He's got 7 already over his season average. Haggerty with another ball fake. The aggressive defense used to. Blazers led by 3 at the half. Colby Rogers into the paint. Haggerty with a baseline drive. And a strong finish for the conference.
Man of Haggerty gets beat off the bounce. Mismatch.
And it's stolen away. Bad pass. Haggerty trying to take advantage. And it goes! With the dunk. And Lenneborg goes sprawling on the other end. Slow to his feet. Here's P.J. Haggerty. Rolls it home. Benny Hardaway was telling us before the game that this Tulane defense is so unique that he has a specific plan for this and this only. And I asked him, are there any other coaches or any other defenses where it's this feeling? Tulane has never won an AAC semifinal game. 0-4. Here's Haggerty. Muscles through Brumbaugh and rolls it home. For Memphis, 80 points a game and 6 in the country from behind the arc at 39%. Haggerty settles on a 16-footer and drills it. Foul. So the third personal on Memphis, and DeGray right in the middle of things, but Memphis with the takeaway. Haggerty to run out. He's getting
his confidence, but he's got to be, if they're going to stun the conference tournament and be a Cinderella team, he's got to be the 6th man of the conference tournament. He's got to be that good for them, because it can't just be the starting 5 to carry him through this championship.
He didn't play in the last matchup in Wichita between these two teams. He missed a bunch of time with an ankle injury. Haggerty wanted a whistle, but
when I was 9 years old, Haggerty gets the steal. I was 9 years old. I broke my arm going down the stairs at home. To your point, Texas, North Carolina, others are sitting here thinking, man, we've got to see Memphis win this game.
7-point shocker lead, 2:20 to play in the first half. Haggerty got it.
That's just
14 points for Haggerty and a Wichita State turnover. 2-on-1. Jourdain gives it up. Haggerty finishes. Won the pretty. 4 to shoot. Beverly in traffic. Rejected by Cisse. Haggerty takes it and foul. foul on his way in.
This Wichita State backcourt, a lot is talked about the Memphis backcourt, but it's been all Haggerty in the backcourt. Other than that, it's been Shocker advantage.
And a tip rebound for Cisse to keep it on this end. Haggerty, yes! PJ
away from the basket against mobile bigs. And instead of just pounding it in down low to Danger, put him out on the perimeter.
Backside was deflected and stolen by Tyrese Hunter. Finger rolls short, follow is good. Got to get it over. They do. Then it's lost. Haggerty with the steal. Corrals, finishes. He's
going back left away from all the action.
guarded now by Beverly. Works on Beverly, gets past him, and kisses it high off the window. If you're wondering, the record for scoring in an AAC tournament game is Haggerty now has a career high. The record coaching staff, and Penny Hardaway was looking for guys, both veterans and young coaches, who could come in and all kind of support him and pull the rope in the same direction.
And I asked Coach Nolan Smith, I said, well, it might be a long time before somebody gives me a key that they believe in me. He said, don't worry.
You get it right back to Cortez. Here's Bell. And it's taken away again. Another Memphis steal. Hunter, beautiful bounce. And Haggerty's got a 38-point. Memphis going to run a football play here. Haggerty gets it away. Very nearly a foul. Cross court to Hunter. Paul Mills says don't foul. They're going to play this straight up down 3. PJ Haggerty's got a 38-point game going. He's on the baseline, number 4 in white, off the screen. Well defended by Bell. Gets by Bell, and the floater goes!
You can't keep them off of the glass. Oftentimes the ability to advance in March comes down to your guards being able to solidify the rebound.
Missed it. The Cisse, the board. Here comes Haggerty, and he lays it in. So Reed, Jimmy Williams, the 3, too strong. Haggerty lays it up and in.
What an answer by South Florida after the run by Memphis to cut the lead back down to 10.
That's how many the freshman has right now. He's got 10. Strong. The main priority for Memphis is retaining PJ Haggerty. He's got it right now. Scoring.
Here's Vasquez, turnaround jumper from the elbow. And here's the push out from Haggerty. Gets it back, lays it in. PJ Haggerty keeps it alive, and he finishes at the rim, and now he's flexing on him.
Christian Coleman has been very impactful, particularly the offensive rebounding putbacks around the rim. He's made big buckets when they need him most.
Danger at the free throw line. Good pass inside as Haggerty lays it in. CC this season, and for some reason, Penny Hardaway Memphis doesn't get the respect they deserve off the inbound. With a hand in his face. Yeah, you know he's feeling it when he's knocking those down.
Jabari McGee. And it was the way he utilized that screen roll action to get freed up.
Haggerty right back. From schedule, he said we didn't do a good enough job to put ourselves in a position to get an at-large bid, so they know they need to win games like this.
Well, they had 6 non-conference losses in which it was a one-possession.
You know the best player on UAB has 4 fouls. Are you going at him right now?
Of course. I mean, you want to continue to be physical, and you know that he's not going to have the rim protection. You don't have, obviously, you don't have your post-up player in there, but you got to do it by getting on the offensive boards. If I'm Cisse, I'm going to keep pushing, keep grinding, and trying to get it.
Lead.
Very fortunate. There's an opportunity for a clean look, something that UAB has not had in some time, on a scoring drought of over 2 minutes, because the defense of the Tigers has picked up tremendously.
Haggerty trying to find Lendeboard high off the glass to Green.
For many years in a row. You see, you have 2 head coaches that are coaching at their alma mater. There's a legacy that comes with you being in front of a fan base for a long period of time, and you never know what that can lead to later down the road in life. Tough. Corey McGee, and back into the game is Dane Danger on the offensive end.
Largest lead of the game. Memphis is up 8. Under 2 minutes to play here in Birmingham. This heavyweight matchup. Memphis, first place in the American. UAB in 3rd place. Turnaround. Haggerty.
Pretty good in protecting the basketball. Under 12 turnovers per game. Memphis at 13.8. Much better in the last month than they were earlier in the season. Tough shot by Haggerty, and he gets the roll, and then he looks. That's his 59th, his second of the game. He has 8, and it's 21-15. Rice hanging around. That's what happened in their game in Houston. Haggerty over Anglin. Nice spin and
said, no, it's going to happen, right? A lot of coaches don't speak with that type of confidence.
That's the other Lanier.
Oh, man, that would have been a big shot.
Emery misses. Yeah, he's had that confidence wherever he's been. Georgia State, Siena, SMU. Runner by Haggerty.
I'll tell you someone else who got.
Let's go to Matt Infield. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, real quick, just on P.J. Haggerty and the lack of fouls in conference play. He said post-game on Sunday after the win over FAU, every ref is going to treat him differently. But if you want to know how he really feels, he said, quote, "They really do be fouls, though. They really do be fouls."
Hey, man, that's what he's supposed
Everybody
to say, right?
thinks they get fouled, right?
Hey,
Haggerty!
Yeah, that's how you go to the hole.
Haggerty 13 and 2 for Rice. Here's Hunter for 3. Yates the rebound.
And no need to rush. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Smart play by P.J. Haggerty there.
Haggerty, wow. Between 2 defenders by a deuce. And Powell misses the front end.
And when you're playing against the best team in the league, those are the buckets and the freebies that you have to have.
Rice 17 of 22 from the charity stripe. Memphis is 14 of 18. Deja, Haggerty lays it up and in.
And that's it.
Memphis has only turned the ball over 8 times. Alley-oop, and that was a telegraph pass. That was red. Hunter, Haggerty, he'll lay it in.
Won't get it. Yeah, he initiated the contact there. You can't initiate the contact and want the foul. He's going to have to turn and face Cisse. He's not going to be able to back him down.
First made bucket. And the pressure from the Tigers has been relentless as Yates comes away with it. Back to him. And the extra feed to Haggerty.
He needs to attack the rim.
P.J. Carter, wild on the drive. Again, saved by Memphis, and this time Haggerty cleans it up.
Big basket there. Had the advantage at curl inside. Walker's only shooting 24% from 3. He doesn't shoot a lot. Just felt comfortable and shot a rhythm 3 off the bounce there.
Backed in off the window by Haggerty.
He can put this team on his back on the offensive end of the floor.
Glenn rims it out. Boykatitis back on the floor for FAU. Here's Haggerty. Count it. No foul, but
say it, just brutal.
But particularly for a team that has shot over 70% from the line in league play. Haggerty, strong take.
Yeah, and if I missed it or had it blocked, I would have.
Here is Hunter with the ball. Zips it into Haggerty. Goes right to work on Leland Walker, and Walker's in a couple of those in the second half. Trying to keep FAU in this game down 14.
You can see they're trying to play under, force him to shoot threes, and he's hit 3 of them today, and they've all been in critical moments when they've needed a basket.
He has 3 of FAU's 4.
Even when they haven't created a turnover, they sped Florida Atlantic up, and they're taking quick shots, playing right into Memphis Tigers' hands.
Oh, what a take, P.J. Haggerty for the former National Player of the Year, National Freshman of the Year, rather.
The Dirk Nowitzki at the free throw line, 1-footer.
He's got game.
He does.
Flips it to Hunter, who selflessly gets.
Oh, no. Washington still trying. Volleyed off the glass, and Memphis claims it. But Tyrese Hunter shot 27% from 3 his freshman year at Iowa State. He's over 40%
back because they could get dangerous. And give it to the Croatian in the corner.
He missed the 3. Long rebound, run down by a Tiger. Harris is checked in. Haggerty trailing 3 buckets.
Wichita State's been really, really good. Memphis hasn't found a ton of opportunities. Just be there and contest and keep them off the foul line.
Memphis with the ball, deadlocked at 53. Haggerty curls up and under. That's pretty.
Around the rim. Beverly's got such good strides and length whenever he gets to the cup. Just able to throw it up. Terrific pass.
Jourdain in traffic. Haggerty, a clean look. It's a 3. Money!
From Atlanta suburb Marietta, they go inside again to Reynolds, and it's stripped away by Rogers.
Quick early help there, especially when Reynolds gets location. Memphis must send some help.
Here's Dane Danger, 2-time transfer, Baylor and Illinois, and he's looking for an assist to Jourdain. He finds Rogers breaking to the basket. Stroud, they are not afraid to push. Wrap pass didn't quite get through, and a feed ahead. P.J. Haggerty off the glass.
Smart play.
Size advantage, and out to Reed. Jaden Reed had a great year last year. Right back to Hunter. Interesting matchup with Dante Harris on the floor for extended minutes tonight early on after he played a good chunk of the last game. And
this is where South Florida is scoring.
Williams, no. Follow jam not there. Memphis has a breakout the other way. Hunter downhill. Danger into the corner. Haggerty had time to tee it up. Then he knocks it down. Games is his first year, and it was an all-NBA staff. And that's great because he was going to run it like an NBA program. There aren't just nuances in the difference between the NBA and college. There are very specific rules, trends, and expectations. And an off-balance shot goes. Notes?
It was in the notes. On Ron Burgundy?
Talking to Kevin Pauga, who runs KPI. I was asking him specifically about beating your opposition by more than the computers say you should. And he said it's a great talking point as Haggerty gets.
Going to be a lot of that today from Memphis. One-on-one basketball on the defensive end. You've got to sit down and guard your man when they just try to go one-on-one.
Temple is 5 of 7 from the field to get things started. 1 for 2 from three-point range. Haggerty in the jumper, yes and
Second time.
backing his way in on Harris up to the top. Stanford's wide open for 3. Dezzoni goes down into the cheerleaders. It's a 5-on-4 here from Memphis. Haggerty and a floater. Wow.
That is.
Danger back to Haggerty. Got it.
And I think Penny Hardaway was pushing for him, pleading for his team to push the ball there. Good job by Temple of getting back, and his crowd finally starting to have a reason to get into this game.
Haggerty. Deep 3. Doubleheader. And here's a look at our Jerry West Award finalists as we're back to Memphis and Temple here in Memphis, Tennessee. Haggerty on that list as he scores, and he's fouled, and right on.
He's switching it up defensively, coming out of these timeouts that time, going a little bit of a 2-3 zone there, and it was pretty effective. That was just better offense that time, beats pretty good defense.
Remember, this Memphis Tigers team is riding a 6-game winning streak since the loss to Temple on the road in Philadelphia. January 16th. Jourdain feeds the cutter. Haggerty.
Really interesting point earlier today. He goes, with the way the transfer portal is, every year you're getting 7, 8, 9 new guys, if not more, and you almost have to deprogram them from the habits that they had at their former school, and it takes a while to learn what he wants them to do. Well, they're starting to figure that out.
Dazzoni knocking down the jumper for Temple, and a good start for them, 7-4.
And if you're Adam Fisher, I don't think you could ask for much better of a start on both ends of the court.
Haggerty and a step back fadeaway on the baseline.
That's Michael, who said, hey, he's been playing very well for him and expecting him to be on the all-freshman team this season.
Danger, the offensive rebound. Haggerty off a nice feed from Danger and PJ.
And for Memphis, you have to play fast, protect home court, right? You're the favorite to win, and just share the basketball. You're doing a really good job. You're starting to hit your stride. Share the basketball. Just like that right there.
That's points in the paint for Isaiah Barnes, the transfer from Michigan.
And Greg, one thing I want to point out right now, Memphis is going with that 4-around-1 lineup, right? 1 big, 4 guards, and this allows them to play very fast. They like to get out and run, trap, and press you. So let's see if Memphis can score and try to speed the game up.
Jared Garcia hit that 3 for Tulsa, and Haggerty hits that 2 for Memphis.
Team, which resulted in points for the Tigers.
Knocked away by Hunter. Danger. Oh, man, a beautiful no-look bounce pass to Haggerty. What a pass from the big guy, Danger.
Big fella.
Just by 3. Haggerty, double team, kicks it to Hunter. Now back to Haggerty, 2 on the shot clock. He's going to have to launch. He does, and he beats the shot clock.
And that's what PJ, second after, it was immediate grab of the lower leg. So as we see now, Musa Cisse is standing in the tunnel watching the game from our view. So let's just hope he's okay. We don't know what it is, but we'll try to get you guys an update.
Well, they need him, especially with the way Garcia's going. He's up to 11 points. Great post move by Garcia. And Tulsa, again, within striking distance. A one-possession game at 46-43. Haggerty, 3. Got it! From the wing, PJ.
But you now in striking distance. Just value the possessions. If you're Tulsa, you cannot turn the basketball over right now.
Tulsa out rebounding Memphis by 5. Still trail by 9. Like what Odom did, though. He took it right to the hole. Odom now with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Haggerty, step back 3, got it! PJ Haggerty over the outstretched arm.
Tyshawn Archie.
Well, look at some of these young players that Eric Conkle has. Schmeichel, the freshman forward. You have Archie, the sophomore guard, as Haggerty makes another. But you got some. We did get word that Musa Cisse is back on the bench, is available. I don't know if Coach Hardaway, with a 16-point lead, wants to roll with him, but that is certainly good news. Haggerty makes it an 18-point game. For the other, 11 for Barnes, 79-66.
And Coach Conkle, he told us this on our call a couple days ago. He just said he wanted to get his team healthy. Right now that they're healthy, they're totally different. They'll look different as they will when they get to the American Conference Tournament. So, depending on wow, how about that lob to PJ Haggerty?
Rogers with a
starting 5 for Rice and Rob Lanier. Backdoor cut for Broadax. He missed the layup, and the rebound pulled in by Cisse. A double team in the low post. Good pass out of the double team for a layup. Spectacular big in American Athletic Conference play.
It was nice having him come off the bench and provide that spark, but now you're in conference play. Every game means so much. You got to have him in at all times to start the game.
Here is Akuche in the paint. Good read from PJ Haggerty. He attacks against England and finishes. The hometown kids.
No, they're throwing so many different things at him, and they still want to run the offense through Broadax because he provides so much that he can do as a point guard, but can also post up. But he's having to learn that sometimes the best option on offense is letting someone else shoot it.
Aaron Powell, the freshman, sat down by head coach Rob Lanier after that mistake. Rebound from Danger. Here come the Tigers. It's Haggerty. Too fast for the Owls. Ace down to open a seat for the freshman who just missed the free throw. Great angle and leverage from PJ.
Basketball here at Rice, you don't see him make that mistake often, so you have to just give credit to the Memphis defense for the pressure that they're applying and pushing them out and making him feel uncomfortable.
Tyrese Hunter. Back for Haggerty. Haggerty gets to the paint, step back. Unguardable PJ Haggerty. Jacob Dar is 8 on the shot clock. He gets to the paint, going up against 2. Draws contact, no whistle. Here come the Tigers with Hunter. Corner 3. Right there for PJ Haggerty. Memphis. Husainovich has another 3.
He can't miss right now. 4 for 4 in this one. 3 threes. Man, what a spark he has provided off the bench in this one.
Haggerty with the 8-footer. He's got the touch.
And that's really helped him in his career.
A good steal from PJ Carter. 2-on-2. Haggerty for the finish. Another 20 for the lay-in. Rice back within 8. Rice trapping at midcourt. Good wingspan for Jacob Dar, making it difficult. 1-3-1 here from Rice defensively. Here comes Haggerty. Draws contact, continuation. It will count for
minutes. Greg Glenn initiates. Back to Cam Williams. Too strong. And the loose ball to Haggerty. 4 seconds to work. Haggerty with a burst. Haggerty on the move. Got it to go. Rowan Brumbaugh, 7 in the white, is the point guard. Transfer who's played in Texas and Georgetown. His former teammate Tyrese Hunter, the pick, dropped it off to PJ Haggerty.
Local way that got the defense to shift, and right now Memphis is looking to double, run, and jump. They're playing very aggressively on the defensive end, so ball fakes are going to be key.
They've been one of the best defensive teams in the American all season. Haggerty pulls up in the mid-range.
Now, the good thing for Memphis, they forced 22 turnovers Thursday. Came back to beat Wichita State by 8 with a late 12-0 run into the closing seconds.
Haggerty gets a hard screen from Danger. And Haggerty finishes inside.
Percent from the field, 81% from the line, but he misses both.
Made up for it.
Takes it away from Lendeborg. That'll work.
He's in the corner. He's going to knock it down more times than not.
Vasquez loses it. Takeaway for Rogers. Jourdain. Haggerty. Basket.
Baskets, and obviously the 4 threes by Johnson have been the only reason they've been able to hang in so far.
Haggerty leaves it short. It's tipped right back to him. He won't miss again. Within striking distance.
Safe to say we're in the danger zone today?
It is safer than ever.
I've been waiting the entire half for you to say it.
I've had 5 Memphis games this year, and I have not used the phrase danger zone on air, and I was very proud of myself.
We couldn't get to halftime without it.
I haven't used it yet. But now you've broken the seal, so everything's available to us now. Haggerty, all kinds of spin moves, and still Tony with an open 3. Lendeborg kicks it out for his 5th assist, and the first points for Tony. And then Haggerty answers with the...
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have played a team enough times to have a thing like that while I was there.
Hunter, Haggerty lays it in.
Coming down for a second.
It's still vibrating, actually. Bradley Azuero 1 shy of a career high. He had 19 against Alcorn State earlier this year, and now 19 here against Memphis. Haggerty killing clock. Over Azuero. Moonball! Mighty rebound by Cisse, who's got 9.7 boards. I know it's your first time seeing Memphis. You'll see him again in a couple of weeks. What do you come away with seeing these Tigers up close for the first time?
Well, it just, again, I know we've kind of almost beat it to a dead horse at this point, but when they take care of the basketball, offensively, they're just such a completely different team. See right there. Perfect example. PJ Haggerty.
Hill again.
I mean, there's a part of me that says just run flex offense for a minute. Just move the basketball. Again, rhythm matters. They haven't been able to create good rhythm. They haven't been able to create good space. So just get some good offensive action. Get shots up.
There's a shot. Moonball 3 for Haggerty.
7 Eastern. Gamecocks coming off of a 101-60 destruction of top 10 Oklahoma. And tomorrow night they face LSU in a matchup of the last two national champions. A huge week for South Carolina women's hoops. Haggerty on the post against Hill. Muscles his way in and scores it. Quite a foul.
I mean, what we want to see is good basketball. We want to see a competitive contest. So that's a start.
Snaps in 3.5+ minutes. Colorado lead back to 6. Haggerty again has the veteran Beverly on him. Excellent on-ball defender. 15 seconds between shot and game clock. Haggerty spins. Haggerty off the window and good. The second leading.
Memphis within striking distance, down 4. I just want to see energy from the guys on the floor, from the guys on the bench.
Starting 5 on the floor for Memphis to begin the half. Haggerty, Hunter, Rogers, Jourdain, Cisse. Haggerty took over the game late in the first half. He's going to try to do it in the
Wichita State.
Defending so well in transition. Memphis does not have a single fast break point. Haggerty finds the angle again. He's got 15. Little balloon ball. Checkers back in front. Quincy Ballard with 6. Haggerty driving. Haggerty off the window. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Fantastic weekend. 5-point lead for Memphis with the ball here. 7 fouls, so a non-shooting foul would mean a 1-and-1. And Haggerty will hold it, closing in on a minute to go. Haggerty.
Yep.
Of course. There are
Isaiah Foltz getting back into the fray and creating a 50-50 ball.
And a steal, Cisse. The lob for Haggerty, who scores for the first time today. Together in time, and I love Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
What a receiver.
Yeah, and let me tell you something about that, too.
Missed the free throw line, and he misses the free throw. Rosado has an interesting track record in terms of Memphis. He was a part of the 2023 squad at Florida Atlantic that went.
Bonded with a team-only meeting. And you know what the team-only meetings are about. We got to fix this, guys. Accountability is being had all over the board.
They don't want to see any more court storming on their watch. This.
You can see Coach Hardaway is a little upset at that, because those are those opportunities that you have to have in winning games. You don't want to give your opponents the opportunity to get another shot at the goal.
Haggerty knocks down the 3. Blackman to cut into what was the largest lead of the game for Memphis. Up 18 with 7:15 left to go. Haggerty finds some room. The floater is in.
IQ's there, the skills there. And if you are a coach that has to focus on a system, and that system takes time to build, that culture takes time to build, it's a lot.
Tonight, here's Hunter from downtown. He leads the American in three-point percentage. Pinballs around to Haggerty, third in the nation in scoring.
It's a 1-3-1 with Jourdain up top.
Tried to slither in, but Colby Rogers had other thoughts that time, Phil. Hunter nearly lost it. Good luck to Haggerty. Now give him 4 in the game. Joradola is the freshman setting those ball screens. Good pressure by Haggerty. Taking the freshman. Give him
now
6 in the
fouls, the unwarranted fouls.
Kita stays in the game down low for Temple. Haggerty and a foul. And that's 16 of the game.
That is a skill practice shot.
Yep.
Pull up, going to your left.
Haggerty tried to draw the contact, but gets it off the window. 7 of 8 in the game for Mashburn at the charity strike. 7-point game. Haggerty drives. That's what they should have done the last possession.
Three-pointer well off the mark by Cam Hayes. Again, that's not what they do well. Haggerty gets behind the defense and that nationally ranked team.
And we're talking about Coach Hardaway. He was nominated for the Hall of Fame for what he has done as a player this year. And there's
alley-oop. Wow. Haggerty comes down with it, puts it up and in. Haggerty has 4.
Opportunity, right? I'm using football terminology here. But when you get out and you run, that's equivalent to a touchdown when you get a dunk like that on the basketball floor.
They are getting breakaway buckets. Haggerty, and he fights.
So they just continue to just dive down.
Hunter, open three, no. Danger, great inside feed to Haggerty for the bucket. So Dane. However, points off turnover, East Carolina 17 off the 11 Memphis turnovers. The Tigers have 16 points off the 15 turnovers by the Pirates. Haggerty. Oh, a tough shot. Nobody boxed out R.J. Felton at 6'3", and he climbs the ladder for the dunk. 54-52. What a game here at FedEx Forum.
Memphis looking to go back to that high-low that they're having a little success in.
Haggerty, another three. This time he breaks and hustle. 64-63. And now Memphis will be deliberate with the basketball.
And Coach Schwartz sticking with that defense that has worked all game. And
There's
what does
Haggerty.
Memphis do?
You put on the game with that extended pressure. And that's what it leads to.
Massey lost it. Ball still loose. A diving Floyd throws it right to Haggerty. And Haggerty steps inside to tie the game with a chance for one more.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how many times have you seen the big uglies down there just battling it out?
Haggerty was wide awake for that one, and Memphis has its first lead since Hunter. Look at inject some energy into the game. And Rogers' three will not do that. Haggerty's on the offensive glass with a finish.
Orthodox and ill-advised.
That is a fine line to walk.
It is.
And last year it was a little too much ill-advised.
Both.
The year before that it was more unorthodox.
Yep.
Kendrick Davis, DeAndre Williams. Haggerty spinning.
There he is.
Haggerty scoring. He's 5 for 5. Came to the U.S. at 16 with one suitcase, no jacket. Moved in with a host family in Arkansas. And look, it's taken 6 years, but he has really rounded into a terrific all-around player.
He's the most impactful guy on the floor today, whatever this is.
Haggerty, it is. Here's the first basket of the half. Who else? Haggerty's
Pickpocket.
Really had a
Pickpocket.
You ever been pickpocketed?
I wouldn't know.
How would you not know? It would be out of your pocket. It would have been picked. Hunter. Deflected pass finds its way to Haggerty for 3. Point game. Displacing the basketball. And Nick Jourdain's pride in one fell swoop. Haggerty. When you need a basket, dial up PJ down the floor. Barreling his way to the rim. Sissoko couldn't grab it. And here comes Memphis. They thrive in transition. Rogers, Carter, North Texas scrambles back. And that might have been an out of bounds. Save to Haggerty instead. He hits a 3. 1 of 8. Tight-knit group of 8 that's played well to start the year. They're going to turn it over here, though. Cisse, Haggerty up ahead, and Haggerty finishes. Turnover.
If history proves me right, they'll end up getting a 3 and 1. I mean, it's just the way it goes.
Danger instead. It'll try to be Danger. He shovels it out to Haggerty. End of the clock. Oh, my! That is the offensive rebound. Here's Wright letting it fly from deep. 2 misses from 3 for the Americans' best three-point shooting team outside of Memphis. Haggerty gets to his spot and delivers. 2 quadrants. They really challenge themselves in the non-conference. Hunter's miss ends up back in the hands of Hunter, who found Haggerty, couldn't convert. Haggerty will again.
Season, especially when you're assembling all new pieces outside of Nick Jourdain.
Miller with a rejection on Hunter. Stays with Memphis, and Haggerty, a much improved three-point shooter who gets the drive and finish. A 9-2 spurt for the Owls. Are back within 6. Haggerty makes it 8.
Jourdain, when he's on the floor, great. But if Nick Jourdain's not on the floor, Carroll's going to have an advantage. Space with Miller and use him.
Carroll will stay in for the moment with 2 fouls. Haggerty just hanging around. 14 points off of 10 Memphis turnovers. And the Tigers begin the second half with the ball up 42-32. American Conference opener for both teams. Penny Hardaway 5-1 and American openers as Memphis head coach.
PJ Haggerty, first half 13 points and 4 turnovers. Haggerty draws his free throws by Glenn, 69% shooter, FAU's leading scorer. Haggerty weasels his way in.
He is a guy who has done a lot for this team. They ask a lot of him. Has that shot blocked by Jourdain. Here's PJ Haggerty getting all the way to the rim and lays it in. Quick. From Morrell. Haggerty getting downhill, double team, gets his own miss. We said he's a scorer.
Limiting the Rebels to one shot.
Klafke, he's played some big minutes. The block there, but a dangerous pass stolen. Haggerty finds a way to go with 2 defenders.
I really love his size, his skill set, his basketball IQ. He has an outstanding ceiling.
What a pass from Hunter. Seven-point lead for Memphis. Haggerty with step back 3. Okay.
Bucket get.
Many easy passes. Everything has been contested through the first 3.5.
Both teams getting after it defensively in the half court.
Hunter, who's been a great shooter this year, also a playmaker. Raka Koji into the game from Memphis, a reserve guard. Floater by.
You've got to, he has such great range and he has such a great lift in his legs. You've got to be ready for him to shoot that ball from anywhere.
Shooting 50% so far, and now 5 of 8 from the three-point line for Mississippi State.
They got to move. They're not moving the ball. He made a tough shot there.
You can see the elevation that Hubbard gets on just a regular jump shot. Not many get off the ground as high as he does.
Hey, I don't think I've ever mentioned the guy's high school career, but when a guy's going to 4,400, that's a good move. And this is what PJ Haggerty does.
As energetic as this building has been all afternoon.
And how about Memphis hasn't lost to a power conference team since January of 2020.
PJ Haggerty. Shooting team percentage-wise, Jourdain, not one of their best shooters. Trail 3 for Murphy, no.
I don't know about that 3.
Matthews, another deflection. Cut from Haggerty. Back to a couple weeks ago against Arkansas State, a loss. Google halfway down.
Got away with one there. He was wide open.
And then so far, this one not even close. Haggerty gets the step back. And this is putting the SEC on notice that Mississippi State's a squad. You're going to have to contend with them. Preseason number 10 in the SEC that is absolutely loaded this year. And they've done it in this game without the scoring contribution of Josh Hubbard.
No bad memories. McNeely gets free for 3 and leaves it short. Rebound to Jourdain. Haggerty banks it in. PJ McNeely for power. Sharma in the corner. This is where Memphis can be so good. Haggerty in between a couple of Cavaliers. 7 UVA players have scored. McNeely, their leading scorer, has still not found the basket. Haggerty transition, and that ball slapped out of the cylinder.
Let it see another pair of hands.
Juan Sanchez still talking to him as Ishan Sharma, the freshman, comes in. Hunter, great back cut, and Haggerty scores. Minutes now for Virginia. Deep one. McNeely, no. Haggerty with a rebound, his 4th. PJ Haggerty, such a pace pusher, and he gets to the right hand. 1. Murray passes it all the way back to Power. Had Buchanan on the block. And now Jourdain running with it, and it leads to a basket and a foul for Haggerty. Ron Sanchez applauding, trying to remain calm. Keep hope alive on the sideline for Virginia. Seen a 9-point halftime lead evaporate. What a crossover! Been a low-scoring game for McNeely, more of a facilitator. 5 points, 5 assists. Tyrese Hunter for Memphis, just 4 for 20 from 3, fueled by Haggerty's 22 and Danger's double-double. Here he is. Kofi, the big man's on him, a step-back 3. Oh, good! Haggerty.
Subs in the front court on both sides. Cisse and Danger out there for Memphis, and Christian Reeves at 7'2", the Duke transfer, has checked in for Clemson. Danger going to work, coming off a double-double with the interior passing to Cisse, who gave it back. Oh, that is beautiful. From Chicago to Memphis. On his flight, Derrick Rose.
Oh,
okay. So he took it as a sign, and look at that follow-up.
Cisse out. You see more zone from Penny Hardaway's group. And, of course, that opens up opportunities for Ian Shepard on the offensive glass.
A split from Victor Locken. Memphis' lead is 5. Jourdain, Danger, Hunter, Haggerty, and Okogie, the 5 on the floor for Memphis. Shot clock beneath 10. Haggerty has Highbreeder on him. Haggerty going to work. Tough shot goes.
Tough matchup.
And Moussa Cisse on the rebound for the Tigers. Still looking for their first points, 2.5 minutes in. Hunter with a couple crossovers, kicks it. Haggerty, that's a 3. It's good. And he's got 14 points. It's a game high to lead all scorers, and it's an 18-point lead for the Red Wolves, doubling up Memphis, largest lead of the day.
Near Abdul Rahim, Mike, he was a guy that could make you believe anything. Such a positive force.
Haggerty scored. Yes. Got it on the runner. Back up 18.
So they have been able to beat Memphis off the dribble time and time again. Been so efficient.
Haggerty. There it is.
And now in that play, that's why you go after him. You're going to either score or he's going to foul you, and I don't think he's going to foul you right now.
There was a lot of fouls called in the first half at Arkansas State, but no player has more than 2 except till now, as Pinion just picked up his 3rd. Here's a jumper from Haggerty.
He's on both ends of the floor.
He's pretty much doing exactly what he wanted him to do in this game. Best game of the season thus far. For the junior out of Arkansas, the transfer from Arkansas. Here's Haggerty. Got it. And a steal. Jourdain for Haggerty.
Jackson Robinson stepped in and won the game for Kentucky. Now can Terran Todd do the same thing today for Arkansas State?
Yeah, stellar comeback win for them last night. Absolutely. Here's Haggerty on the step back. That one's good. He's had a...
Yeah, they're trying to bury Memphis right now.
Their largest lead has been 18. It's 15 right now. Haggerty for 3. That's bad.
Another 3 for Hunter. Back iron once again. Strong offensive rebound by Haggerty. And he hits the elbow jumper. Both teams, as I mentioned, combined for 9 turnovers. Both teams, though, averaging 81 points per game. There's another turnover right on cue. Memphis has the numbers. Danger behind the defense. Got it back somehow to Haggerty. Wow, what a play by Danger.
Doing a good job so far.
Abram lost it. Haggerty behind the defense. Oh, he's fouled from behind. No call. It looked like it was 17 on the play clock and 14:50 on the game clock. So they've adjusted that. So Memphis is 15 seconds. Haggerty pulling from the baseline. Knocks it in. With his 3 fouls. That's 17 turnovers now against La Tech, yet they're still very much in this game, down 4 with 13 to play.
Oh, man, great pass by Hunter. Oh, wow.
Cardwell, you'd better get there in a hurry. I think you got to double Janai Broom on the flight of the ball. You got to be there on the catch.
How about better than 20 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and almost 3 assists per game. Extended the lead up to a dozen.
Well, this is where Auburn's depth can really get into you, because Memphis plays 8, and Auburn just throws body after body at you. Now, people say, oh, transition 3 is the best 3 to get. After an offensive rebound, the analytics prove it's the best time to shoot a 3.
They had 6 offensive rebounds today and 10 second chance points. Mid-range jumper. The Geese need some help, and he turned it over. Haggerty's got it. Lays it in and 1.
11 threes in the semifinal. And they're poised to outdo that.
Haggerty with a soft touch. Nice piece. Hunter, who in the first 2 games for Memphis scored 49 points, has yet to score today. But they are staying. And Cardwell, who is not generally a big scorer, already has 10 points in this game. Beautiful play between Hunter and Haggerty. As Chris Moore is into the game, a grad student from West Memphis, Arkansas. He's in his 5th year with the program. And you talk about a glue guy, right? Not a big scorer. You look at the line score after, not a lot of numbers there as Haggerty knocks another one down.
That's what he's in there to do.
And look at his energy, clapping his hands back on D. As you said, everyone knows their role. Everyone plays their role as Haggerty. No double yet. Can't hit it, and down with the rebound is Haggerty.
Good block out by Colby Rogers.
And Haggerty all the way to the rim. I think Danger sealed off a how significant the game is, what the margin is. I mean, he never takes a play off on the sideline.
How about that challenge by Dylan Cardwell against Tyree?
It costs him. Hunter with a steal. Seeks out the contact, can't hit it, but Haggerty follows. So Memphis with the ball in a 2-point lead. The drive by Haggerty. And it goes. Boy, these Memphis...
Holding this team to 26 points to this point in the game is a solid defensive effort.
Both teams are shooting it pretty well. Just the possession. There haven't been that many possessions. A lot of longer possessions. But Kohler gets inside and left it short.
We have to go up right away. Made such a good move.
Boy, are these guards going to put pressure on you in transition? It's tough catch. Holloman for 3. And the rebound to Jourdain. Haggerty. Step back 3. And it goes. How about enthusiasm for the Michigan State fans?
Jeremy Fears Jr. guarding Tyrese Hunter.
Haggerty drives again and hits again. And the follow will go for Jalen Stewart, the sophomore from Seattle, who may get some big minutes here this first half because of the foul trouble. Wow. Tough shot for Haggerty. Reed's got a mismatch. Cisse came down to help, and Reed can't convert. Haggerty pushing it. Pulls up from the elbow and rattles it home to tie the game.
Of his physicality and the presence that he has in the lane.
Danger's in the middle now for Memphis. Nice pull-up jumper there.
These days.
He knocks down all 3, and it is tied yet again. Haggerty, turnaround off the glass and good, big time.
A rule that needs to change is we need to be able to go to a commercial break while they look at that. I'd rather see an ad for potato chips than watch all that.
Haggerty into the front court. Cisse being hounded by Reed on the perimeter. Now Rogers, a step on Caravan, the kick. Haggerty for 3. He got it! And Memphis can...
They got Lingard wide open. He couldn't handle it.
Bad pass and turnover. That was costly for the Dons. Coming the other way, Haggerty for 3. There it is.
Here's Newberry one, as you see, 10 points a game. Well, we knew they had firepower going into this year, and then all of a sudden they got Riley. So, I mean, they had some scoring punch, and then Riley appears.
First shot of the game from Haggerty, and he knocks it down.
I mean, showed a double team, didn't get the initial steal, trapped in the corner, and just forced a long contested 3.
Memphis does a pretty good job guarding the perimeter. 32.7% is what opponents shoot against Memphis. Meanwhile, for Ohio, that's been one of their problems defensively. They've given up threes to a tune of 48.4%, so nearly 1 out of every 2 three-pointer that is shot by their opponent goes in.
And that's a key stat, right, for tonight. And Memphis has to make threes. And they have to make threes, and that's right on cue.
Yeah, it is on cue. It's the rebound for Memphis. Ohio has missed their last 6. Memphis on a 6-0 run.
Right, and they're getting decent shots, right? You just have to make them.
Haggerty buries
on the
another
other hand,
one. Coach feels he's near 100%. Ohio looking to run here, but Hadaway had a strip by Okogie. Haggerty behind the defense. He's fouled by Clayton. Count the bucket. And I'll say it once again, that has been a problem for Ohio, defending the perimeter. And it continues tonight. If they can tighten up on that defense on the perimeter, could make it a lot tighter ball game. But right now, their three-point shooting has pulled them to within 5.
And they're going right back to that zone, right? And how about that guy right there? He can shoot. I'll say it again. You have to guard the three-point line.
Bobcats now 6 of 20. And Sheldon and James have spearheaded this comeback.
And Ohio stand a bit with that zone, right? They're going to trust Memphis to make three-point shots. And I tell you what.
5.7. He has a dozen.
14-4 in bench points, and he has 12 of them.
That snaps a 7-0 Memphis run. Haggerty to spin off the window.
He just knows how to score it, and he can score an issue that they had some success with in the first half. And I think they will.
Haggerty walks it up the court.
And they're going right at Paveleski, right? This is the second time he's been posted in the first 2 possessions of the second half.
List him at 6'2", not sure about that. And a nice runner by Haggerty.
Great battle down low. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see with this game. Again, obviously 2 athletic teams, but you got to make sure you keep each other out of the paint.
A block by Memphis on the other end. Fast break. Haggerty all
6'9", 240, strong, big physical guys. The Rebels don't have size against them, but they're competing and they're making it difficult right now against the Tigers. And they've got this crowd behind them, which obviously helps.
11:30 to go and make it 14-11. Attacking down low. Hunter kicks it back out on the right wing. Catch and fire 3, in and out, and no good. All the way out the right mid block. Jumper goes down in a very unfortunate play there.
If you're just watching that, you're buying the acting job. But I think in that case that he used some of that NIL money to be able to buy that call, because that was not something that I think you call in that situation, because he rode up underneath the offensive player.
29-21, UNLV has been in control for most of this game as a rise-up jumper from the short left. Now has 14 points on the day.
I mean, Tyrese Hunter, be introduced to DJ Thomas right there. I mean, because that boy just stared you down, jabbed you, and then rose up and dropped a 3 in your face.
A disrespectful 3 by DJ as a spin move. Haggerty at the free throw line, little floater from the restricted area on the free throw. So UNLV now 11 of 17 from the charity stripe. In the win against Alabama State, they shot 64%. So obviously need to get that number at least up to about 75%. As Hunter on the left wing will attack down low on the left elbow, lost the ball, but somehow goes to the top of the key. Haggerty just splits the defense from the top. Looking over at Bear Cherry, and it's 63-61. As the pass is stolen away on the left wing, Jourdain comes up with it. Haggerty coming over to the right block. The layup is good, and Memphis is 65.
I think the saying is, "Mama, there goes that man." He is a bad mamma jamma right there, DJ Thomas.
And the crowd, that's probably the loudest they have been all night. Under 4 to go. Memphis trying to answer back. Let's see, is it an offensive foul? It's a blocking foul with the 70-69. Memphis is winning the rebounding battle 35-31, but that 8 offensive rebound that they just got was a big one. Memphis, Danger has 9 points, 11 rebounds, 1 point away from a double-double. Hunter picks up the dribble over to Haggerty on the right wing. 13 on the shot clock. Rishwain guarding him, man-to-man defense. This looks like it's going to be PJ all the way here. PJ attacking down low to the right block. Fadeaway jumper off the backboard and in.
On the clock right now. The Rebels are down 3. They've got to make sure they stay solid. You know PJ Haggerty's going to have the ball in his hands as his shot clock winds down with about a 25-second difference.
75-72 here in the second half. Memphis leads by 3. Haggerty at the top of the key. Guarded by Thomas. Now the switch. Rishwain. Haggerty on the left mid block, up and under. Difficult shot, and he hits the bucket with the
sin. And Missouri now owns its largest lead at 9-5. Haggerty to the hole, lays it in. Grill for 3. Nope.
Short. Now Memphis has a chance to run.
2-on-1. They got Hunter behind the defense. Haggerty with the Euro step in the bucket for PJ Haggerty. Tamar Scoop Bates with his 3rd triple now has 13. He hasn't even been to the free throw line where he shot 92.6% last year. Koji to Cisse, good kick to Haggerty. Got it.
And Memphis and
to Haggerty. It seems like there's been a lot of forced passes by both teams.
Yeah.
In the congested areas. That is now 9 turnovers against Mizzou, 10 for Memphis, but most of them in the first half. Haggerty takes the bump and lays it in. Missouri uniform, and we are all knotted up at 60.
Look like it's 59.
60-59, yeah, they adjusted the scoreboard. In the meantime, Haggerty dropped Shaw on a perfect 4-for-4 shooting night.
Still in that zone. The only difference is Memphis is shooting it pretty well from outside right now.
Jourdain looked for the cutter, got it to him, and it's Haggerty plus the foul. Point lead for Memphis. Mitchell, stolen again.
There he is again.
Haggerty gets the steal. Wow, you talk about fast. Beat